Oh yeah, you guys know what time it is. It's Saturday. That can only mean it's time for a new episode of Shuukan, TokuNet Live. Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Squall Charlson. I'm your host as always, and with me this week we have the awesome, the cool, the super stylish Yasin.
Hey, what's going on everybody?
Ooh, thanks for joining me this week.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, you ready to talk about Go-Onger and all the good Go-Onger-ness?
Good. We'll see about that. But yeah, I'm excited to talk about a lot of stuff today.
Awesome. Cool. Let me just get all this ready to go. So let's talk about Go-Onger. Let's just jump into it. So you guys have probably already heard the news because it was everywhere. If you were on Twitter, on Facebook, even Instagram, Toei Productions announced the new 10 years after V-Cinema for the one, the only, Engine Sentai Go-Onger. So if you missed Go-Onger, which I kind of get the general consensus a lot of people did, which is unfortunate, it aired back in 2008 and featured a team of 7 Rangers and their partner engines, living machines who became giant vehicles and fought alongside the Rangers to protect the Earth from the otherworldly Gaiark. So some of the returning cast members include, this is going to be fun. You ready for this?
Go for it, dude.
We should put up a little graphic every time that I am going to pronounce people's names. Yasuhisa Furuhara, who played Sasuke Esumi, Go on Red. Shinwa Kataoka, who played Ren, Go on Blue. We had Rina Ayazawa, who played Saki, Go on Yellow. Masahiro Usuri, who played Hanto, Go on Green. Kenji Ebisawa, who played Gunpei, Go on Black. Hidonori Tokoyama, who played Hyoto, Go on Gold. And my favorite, Yami Sugimoto, who played Miu, Go on Silver. It's going to be written by Sho Aikawa, who was the secondary writer on the show, and directed by Katsuya Watanabe, who was also the director of the show. So these will be released September 26th, and there will be more details released at a later date. There's a trailer on the website if you guys haven't already checked it out. It's pretty minimal, but it's pretty cool and exciting. So, have you seen Go-Onger? It's the big question.
I've seen part of Go-Onger. Part of it. I've seen up to a little bit after the Go on Wings were introduced.
And you stopped? What?
Dude, if you can't get me to continue the show after you introduce 2 new Rangers, I'm sorry. I can't help you with it, man.
It was the coolest, though. It was like they just like these engines that can fly, and you're like, oh, cool, they have new partners. And then the next episode, when they show up again, it's like, oh, they have actual like human partners that are inside them. Oh, it blew my mind as a kid. Like that was like the first one I watched every week live, and I was shook.
I don't know. I feel like after watching Gekki, I was just I don't know. It was just so different. And a lot of the main cast I didn't really like at the time. Like Sasuke was really annoying to me.
Yeah, I can understand that.
And just the overall tone was just, it felt kind of all over the place for me. I like Go on Gold.
Yeah, he was.
At the time, I was kind of freaking out because he was in Kabuto. So I was like, oh, he's in Sentai. This is awesome.
Yep.
But I don't know, man. The show just did not gel with me. I didn't really like it too much. So the good thing is that I did like when they returned for the, I believe it was Shinkenger versus Go-Onger.
Yep, that was a great versus. It set the precedence for like a lot of verses to follow. Like they always have a red fight. They always have like the next team. Their very first appearance happens in those movies now because Go-Sager was the first one to kind of do that. But it happened during that versus. And I
actually like them in that. So seeing that they're gonna come back, even though I don't really like Go-Onger, it'll be interesting to see the actors come back and to see how they, how they sort of age and mature the characters a little bit.
I think if you have time after this, we're gonna watch the musical episode of Go-Onger.
No,
It's
no,
so good. It's
no.
so good. There's a monster that like eats and like gets nourishment off of noise, and so like they realize the only way to stop it is to play it a song, and so like everybody's trying to like make a song for it, and like Gold, who's like an actual like singer, like he like whips out a guitar, but eventually the three girls have to go off and form an idol group to like defeat this monster. It's amazing. Anyway, we can.
I remember when that episode came out.
It's so good. We can hold off on that because we could probably just watch it on the Blu-rays that were just announced. Yeah. So the series
Segue.
along with the what?
Segue.
Oh yeah. So the series along with getting the 10-year V Cinema is also coming out on Blu-ray. So it's going to be starting August 8th with Box 1 containing episodes 1 through 15. So pretty much everything that you've seen. Box 2 will be released on October 3rd, 16 through 33 for the episodes. And lastly, the final and third box will be released December 5th, contains episode 34 through 50. Each set will cost about 19,800 yen and contained some extras that haven't quite yet been announced. So pretty much like around like $200 if you're going to get them off Amazon or ship them in, which that's it's still, anyway.
As big of a fan of Go-Onger as you are, what are the chances that you'd get a $200 box set?
Considering that I have already previously purchased the Shuukan Blu-ray boxes when those came out, and haven't really gotten much use out of them. I still like there's a side of me that wants to support the release, but at the same time, there's not much use out of it. For $600, I could buy something that would help me out more than like this season. We'll see. Yeah.
If you love if anybody loves the show and they want to buy it, that's dude.
See, like
that helps support the show, but
definitely like the thing that like gets me is like, why didn't we get a Gekiranger 10 year after? Why didn't we get Gekiranger Blu-rays? Because they've been doing HD since Go-Onger.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I hope that we get some of those soon.
I'm gonna wait until Shout Factory finally does it in like 5 years or something like that. Yeah.
Who's I'm looking at the chat right now. Someone says that Go-Onger's a bad show. I'm sorry. It's an underrated
that is
show.
A smart person.
No, there's a lot of good to it. The ending's super good, super fun. Should we move on to our little challenge that we have for chat?
Dude, let's go for it. All
right, we're bringing back this week. Who's that? Shuukan-man. Who is it? I already showed you this one, so you can't play along, unfortunately. But anybody in chat, who do you think that is? Give us a response. We'll see if anybody can get that. And in the meantime, let's answer a first question. Does that sound good?
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. Here's a good one that I think will kind of be up your alley. I wonder if Toei Productions should make a Go-Onger V Cinema called Go-Go Sentai Go-Onger 10 Years Adventure. It's not necessarily a question, but what would you like to have seen in like a Go-Onger 10 year later?
A Go-Onger?
I mean, would I say Go-Onger? I mean, I got going on the brain. I mean, Boken.
Go-Onger. Go-Onger, man. That's my first Sentai, so I have like a soft spot for it. So I just want to see everybody back.
Yeah. Do you want to see those really creepy paintings in the beginning transform into them?
Oh, can we get an updated version of that opening?
That'd be so cool. I might actually just go do that on my own.
But no, I would love to see them come back. I would love to see some of the villains come back, especially the face villains.
The face villains.
I don't remember. Or the ones that had human faces, like actors.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was like, I don't remember
There was a
that. I
couple
know
of
that there
them.
was like 1,000 villains in that show, but I don't remember face villains.
Oh no, but no, I would just love to see that
Mhm.
them return that. Akashi is my like still one of my favorite Red Rangers.
Mhm.
So seeing that come out, that would have been great. But yeah, as Toku mentions, it was in 2006, so it's kind of too late for it 10 years after.
Yeah, but I mean, like they could do like what, 13 years later, just something really random.
Yeah.
I think what would be really cool is if they could get like a bunch of these groups together. Like they could do like a 10-year later versus movie, like where like a bunch of these old school teams like team up to like stop the new Sentai or something.
Oh,
I
so
may be
it
like
would.
showing my hand here, but like that's something that like I'd want to see, and I'd if I
Mm,
got the chance to write, I would do something like
I
that.
mean,
Actually,
Go-Onger's like team up movie was basically Go-Onger versus Super Sentai, so
hmm
you could have that again, but with this generation, I guess.
yeah, the next anniversary series would be in like what, 3 years, so we could do something like that. I
Yeah,
think that'd be cool. Anyway, let's go
yeah.
back to the Shuukan. Did anybody guess this? I'm seeing a lot of doubles. Well, you guys are all wrong. It's Joker. Tricked you. Sorry.
You're
That
a,
was
that was a low blow, man.
a really low blow. I'm so sorry. um,
That just I'm gonna say they're all right.
okay. I mean, they're half right. Moving. All right. So if you guys didn't hear, unfortunately, Tokusatsu actor Rakuto Tochihara. Did I say that right?
Mhm.
Yes. Hell yeah.
That sounds right to me.
He retired. If you guys know him, if you guys have seen this guy before, he's huge. According to the Anime News Network, he announced that he would be retiring from the entertainment industry to focus on managing his father's company. Tochihara, who's now age 28, played two notable roles in the world of Tokusatsu: Azumu Adachi in 2005's Kamen Rider Hibiki, which that was one of my first ones that I watched, and
Mhm.
Asam Asimov, who played Neo Deco Red in the 2015's Deca Ranger 10 Year After. It's fun that we have two stories on 10 Year Afters.
Yeah.
When announcing his retirement, he had this to say: I'm reporting my retirement from the entertainment industry. I want to thank everyone for giving me lots of support throughout my career. I can only be thankful. Thank you very much. So, yeah. What do you think about this?
I'm actually really bummed about it. I love Hibiki, and
Mm-hmm.
he was a great character. He was like the main character,
Yeah.
even though he wasn't a writer
Mm-hmm.
in the show. So like it was such an interesting way to go about the story, and his character, you can see his growth throughout it. And he was just a really like he was a good actor, like and seeing him come back in Deca Range, I mean, his role was it was
A
kind
little
of here, kind
muted.
of there,
Yeah,
yeah. But it was just cool to see the actor come back.
definitely.
Um, what I'm really bummed about is that I recently found out, like maybe a year or so ago, that he's actually a practicing martial artist, and he's actually been doing short stunt demo videos.
Really?
Yeah, actually, here's one if you want to check it out. I'll link you to
Yeah.
one if you want to
Yeah, here,
put that up
let me
real
pull
quick.
this
It's
up.
very short, but it's really cool.
Huh. So he does like martial arts? Oops, this isn't
It looks
one.
like it.
There we go.
Like he's been like if you go on his Twitter account, he posts videos of him training in the gym all the time.
Whoa! He's like running on the
Yeah,
dudes. Whoa! Why
dude.
didn't they
Yeah,
get him in like a Kamen Rider role? Like that would have been so cool to like have him on as a kid and then to bring him back like as an adult. Oh man!
I would have.
Whoa!
I would have loved to see him as a Kamen Rider.
Yeah, because he didn't. Spoiler alert: he didn't become a Kamen Rider at the end of Hibiki. Right? Am I remembering that right? I think he went off to become a
He
dentist or something.
Yeah, because he was training for a while
Yeah, because he was training
in
with
the show.
Hibiki to like take his role. Dude, this is really. I'm gonna have to. Oh wait, I gotta see what he's.
Oh,
Oh my god. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. I
Like he's basically doing a mix of like sort of Jackie Chan, Tony Jaa type stuff. Like it's ridiculous. He's
yeah,
really good.
he just like held on to that portion of the underpass and just like took out that dude. That was amazing.
Yeah,
Holy crap. Oh
yeah.
man.
He's like and the fact that he's a good actor, like you see it in his facial, really good at that stuff.
Hmm.
And I actually found out about this kind of like this side of him like before the Ranger movie came out, I believe.
Hmm.
So I was really hoping that we could get to see him like do some action in it, but
Yeah.
I guess it just didn't work out that way.
I
But
mean,
yeah,
sometimes they film stuff like that too, and it just doesn't work, or they cut it. But dang,
yeah.
I'm really disappointed. Well, like I'm not disappointed in him and his decision. I'm just disappointed that no one saw this and was like, we got to jump on this. Like this dude would be like great to be like a main writer or even like a secondary writer. Like think X-Aid. Like he could have been like the bad boy or like the unsuspecting, badass of the
Yeah.
group. Damn.
Or I mean, he could have been in Build.
Yeah.
That would have been great.
Hibiki 15
But
years later. He actually kind of looks like the guy that plays Build a little bit.
kind of, yeah. But yeah, I mean, you got to respect the man's decision. He's going on his own path, and that's cool. I'm just, you're a little bummed that you don't get to see this potential being fully realized on screen. You know what I mean?
That stinks. Oh well.
Yeah.
Hopefully he comes back. Hopefully he can find someone else to like take over the whatever
family
his-
business.
Yeah, and like still
Yeah.
be able to like get paid off of that and do that. Unless if it's like a really
Mhm.
close family knit business. Like I know like Funky Monkey Babies, their main DJ ended up leaving the
Mhm.
group, which is why the whole group disbanded so he could go
Yeah.
take over his father's temple, which I'm like, dang. Religion
Yeah,
getting in the way.
But
Should I move on?
I wish him the best of luck.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I hope he comes back. I hope at some point somebody reaches out and brings him back. I'm gonna do it if nobody else. Kamen Rider Hibiki 15 years later in 2020. All right, let's move on. So following a collaborative concert between the idol group and Rider Chips, Akita Chisato of Kamen Rider Girls announced that an official fan club is set to open soon. To celebrate the upcoming fan club to be titled The Heart's Hideout, the girls will be selling original jerseys showing off the group's members' represented colors, like red, blue, green, and purple. Although no set date has been given for the opening as of yet, more information will be given out soon, and you'll find that over on the Tokusatsu network when that gets released. Yeah, not much to say or speculate. It's all pretty laid out.
I think it's cool for Kamen Rider Girls fans to be a part of this and get some gear.
They've been around since 2011. Was that the 40th anniversary? Is that 7
Yeah,
years?
that was with Forza or Fours as people like to call it.
I thought they were like
No,
they were with O's, weren't they? Yeah.
O's, yes,
Yeah.
O's. Sorry, my bad. Yeah.
And then they were really big during Fours. Like they had like a bunch of they had like 2 songs and like even the finale had Saite playing. So
Yeah.
anyway, I'm a pretty big fan. I'm kind of like one of those like really really modest fans. But yeah.
Didn't get all the merch. Didn't get all the CDs.
No, I actually was like really against them when they first started because their very first track was the Rider Kick theme song, and it was just I was not a fan of it. But then I did get the album that had all their other songs because their songs in Fours I was like, this is good, I like this, and then that had that song on it, but it was a remixed better version, and I'm like, this is actually really good. This is what it should have been. So
yeah,
I feel like they rushed it a little bit, and like I've enjoyed all their other stuff they've put out since, but they've like
I've listened to some of their stuff, and it was pretty good. Yeah.
All right, let's do another one of these. Who's that? Shuukan. Does anybody know this one? If you thought the double one was a little bit harder, this one is top tier hard.
Let's see what you got going on.
Yeah, you're a couple seconds behind.
Yeah, I am. It's still coming up real quick.
Let's see. I'm
see
fishing
what
for a
people start to say.
good question that I can ask or put up.
Ooh, that's a tough outline, dude.
You're gonna kick yourself after you see who it is.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, I know I will.
Here's a fun one. What chance can we see Peter Sudarso appear in the next Super Sentai in Japan, just like his brother Yoshi? I can kind of answer this one. We probably won't unless he like goes out there and does something with them, because Yoshi was out in Japan meeting the producers of Sentai because he was a big fan and because he was doing all this stuff with the show while he was filming Power Rangers, that he was able to do something on Ninja with his time over there. I think Tom kind of helped set that up too, didn't he?
Maybe I'm not. He was with them, but I don't know exactly what the circumstances were for that. So I can't say whether it was Tom doing or not. But yeah, are they done filming Super Ninja Steel yet? Or
yeah, they finished like last year. They've been done for a while. That's why like Peter's able to do like Hyperforce and stuff like that.
Right.
I think they still call him in to do like some voiceover stuff. Obviously, like when the new episodes get cut, they still have to come into the booth and re-record everything. But
that'd still be like in LA, right?
Yeah.
LA
or New Zealand, depending on the talent.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I don't think we're gonna see him on a Sentai. I think he'd love to be on a Sentai. I know if I was in a Power Ranger series, I would definitely like get my butt over to Japan if I was gonna be in a Sentai.
Right.
You know what? I've thought of a foolproof way of getting a role on Power Rangers. Do you want to hear this?
Lay it on me.
I go to Japan,
right,
and I work my butt off to get on Super Sentai as the first actual American core team member. Now, here's where it gets a little tricky. The show has to be tricky. Yeah, the show has to be so good that when it comes over to America to get adapted, they're like, oh, we can't hire anybody else but this guy, and I can reprise my role. Yeah.
So you want to go the opposite direction to get into Power Rangers?
No one's done it before. I feel like I'd be the first one to do it.
I think there's a reason why.
All right, let's go back to this. So did anybody guess who this is? Someone said Kogami. That's a pretty close one. Hilltop. But no, it's Hayam Saban, creator of Power Rangers.
Come on. What?
I've been laughing at this for like 10 minutes after I made it.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know. Let's move on. All right. So S.H.Figuarts Kamen Rider Genom Action Gamer Level 0 was announced. So this figure comes with some alternative hands, three on each wrist, the Gashukan Breaker in sword mode, Gashukan Bug Visor 2 with alternative parts. Oh, excuse me. 3 types of effect parts for indicating his remaining life points, and an effect part depicting Shin Kuruto Dan himself. Yeah, this product is available for pre-order and is expected to ship in July. That's actually a pretty nice, sleek looking.
This thing looks rad.
Yeah,
I really like this.
I know that I get a lot of flack for not watching X-Aid, but
what?
Yeah, I might get this little guy. I do remember seeing Genom in the beginning. I think I got to like up to the part with Laser. No, the last episode I watched was with the burger dude.
And you get on me for not watching all of Go-Onger.
Hey, Go-Onger was fun. This was like work watching this. Anyway,
yeah, so was Go-Onger.
I guess. Moving on. S.H.Figuarts Kamen Rider Ibuki announced. That's Ibuki. It's like Hibuki without the H.
It's really not.
He was the secondary rider of the same level of quality as the Hibiki hero. This figure will come with alternative hands, 4 for each wrist, a replacement head, and the Reppu weapon, the Narukazi belt buckle that attaches to the Reppu. I don't know if I'm saying these right. I haven't seen the show in so long. and the Oniteki transformation whistle in both a stored form and expanded form. 3 types of disc animals in disc form, and belt buckle parts. So this item will also be available for around 7,000 yen and is expected to ship in August. Poor Burgermon. Yeah. Yeah.
I definitely want to get this. This looks awesome, and I love Ibuki. Ibuki is awesome. Yeah, this looks really good.
Yeah, the little trumpet that it comes with. I unfortunately can't unsee that episode of Decade where they all played Rock Band on the monster to kill it. But
why would you not want to see that?
Have you seen that episode? That episode is crazy.
It was the best episode of Decade. You kidding me?
Oh, it was bad. It was really bad.
Dude, by bad you mean awesome.
Yes.
I just remember the first time I saw Ibuki in the show proper, and seeing him bust out the Reppu weapon, and just like it was, I didn't know what I was getting into, but I was glad I was there because it was just so cool. So yeah, this is definitely gonna be something I'll pick up.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't always a big fan of Hibiki, just because Hibiki was always my like go-to joke show where I'm like, yeah, the kid is gonna become the next, powerful hero and like all this, and then he just becomes a dentist, and it was always my joke.
Yeah, but there's a powerful message behind that, man.
I guess, but like it's way more fun when you watch Decade and like it's like the actual kid who's Hibiki, and it's like, oh my gosh, he's got so much that he has to work for now. It's like, oh, that's way cooler.
I don't know. I liked how it turned out.
All right, do you want to answer one more question?
Yeah, man. Let's go for it.
Let's see here. I'm trying to really dig through some good stuff. Hopefully Hibiki Blu-rays next year. Yeah. It is the last Heisei show without them. Yeah. Wait, did Kiva get Blu-rays?
Yeah. Wait. Let me check real quick.
If Kiva got Blu-rays and not S.H.Figuarts, I'm going to have some strong words. Here we go. Would you want to see... Kiva got Blu-rays?
Kiva got Blu-rays, dude.
And I don't get to play with little Kivas? 1/8 Kivas? That's bogus. I want like an even tinier Kivat. Would you want to see Hilltop become a ranger? You're caught up on Lupin and Patranger, right?
I haven't seen last week's episode.
Oh, I haven't seen it either. I'm sorry. I'm so behind.
Yeah.
But would you want to see him become a ranger?
Totally. Kidding me? If he could be like a Deca Master type character, dude, I'm totally down for that. I go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, I'm kind of more on the edge of like I want him to sort of be like a Ryu commander, where like he was previously a ranger, but then he's like, nah, I'll do something else, and then he kind of has to come back into it.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say that I love his character so far. Just even if he doesn't get that much of a focus, I even love just watching him in the background cutting his bonsai tree.
Yeah, like it's kind of like Kamen Rider. Like the biggest gripe I have with Kamen Rider is they always have these like pointless background characters. Like if you've ever seen Den-O, it's like the 2 dudes that are in love with Ryotaro's sister. Like, right. They have nothing ever to do, and they never impact the story. And I'm just like really afraid that like I would like to see him become a ranger. I just want to see him like be an actual character in this show, which one of my other favorite Sentais was Shuukan, and this one character I was so afraid of for the longest time was G. That G was going to just be this presence the entire show and not do anything. And we got to like the last 10 episodes and I'm like, he hasn't really done anything other than just like raise this dude who's kind of a dick. And but then like the last few episodes when he's like going out there on his own to like stop Takaru and like save him and like try to bring him back, I was like, oh, it's like his dad. Like, and like when I rewatch the show, I can see a lot more of that influenced throughout. So I really want them to do something with Hilltop that has important meaning and isn't just like a background character clipping a bonsai tree the whole time.
He's had some scenes where he's giving advice to some of the Patrangers. So if you could just get more of that, him giving that wisdom, I think it'd be great. But also, I mean, there's this whole connection with giving them the what are the
the verse changers.
Yeah. And just the whole thing of that, like, where do you get those from? Like, I think there's going to be a lot of him being in the plot later on, and hey, he could eventually be a ranger. And hey, what if he's not necessarily a Patranger?
Yeah. So I kind of threw something out with one of my friends that obviously the dude was his name Watari, or am I just thinking of somebody else? The butler guy for the Lupinrangers is totally evil. Like every time they cut to him, he's always like looking off the screen, or it's like half of the screen is his face and he's just like And it's like every time you've ever seen Sentai, they do that with the villains. Like they always like try to like make everybody like look broody and like and I'm just it's just so weird of a circumstance to like bring them like to that level that I feel like Hilltop is going to become the mentor to both teams secretly. That would be really cool to me. Or if like Hilltop is like the descendant of Lupin or whatever, because like they had little allusions to like, he doesn't want to interact with you guys. So I think it'd be cool if like he set up both of these teams to have the same end goal, which is I'm just gonna throw it out there. Lupin's probably evil, and he's trying to get his treasure back from these monsters. And so he set up these two teams to basically get the job done twice as fast. And then they're gonna have to work together at some point to stop him, even if they go back to like, separation at the end of the show, which they have to for like the V cinemas and the team ups. That's just my 2 cents.
Patranger versus Lupinranger versus Q-Ranger.
Yep. Oh man.
There's a comment from Jeff Burns that says, "What if Hilltop and Doggy go way back?"
I'm sure they do. Wait, isn't Deca Ranger in the future though, or no? It's in space. That's
no, they're not really in space. I don't think it's in the future.
It's so hard to like figure out like where the continuity is. But no, I would definitely like to see Hilltop and Doggy at least get along really well.
Yeah.
No, okay. What you just said, the versus Q Ranger movie, I think it would be so cool if the Q Ranger team was actually split and joined different teams. So like some go to Lupin, some go to Pot. So it's like a conglomerate of Patranger and Q Ranger and a conglomerate of like Lupinranger and Q Ranger, and then those two teams versus.
I don't know. I feel like the Q Rangers are too good to be part of Lupin.
There's some people on there that could agree with their stances, I feel.
Maybe.
Anyway, do you have any last thoughts you want to say on what we covered today?
Besides Go-Onger not being a great show.
Hey, it's an amazing show. It's so good. It's getting Blu-rays.
I had to get one more jab in there, man. One more.
If it didn't sell well, they wouldn't be making Blu-rays that are $600.
I mean, you may have a point, but still.
I do have a point.
No, I'm as much as I don't like Go-Onger, I'm still kind of curious about the 10 years after. See what they do there.
Like the other two have been great. Hurricaneja and Deca Ranger.
Yeah. And so yeah, I would. It'd be cool.
Oh, sorry. Keep going.
No. As far as the other stories, the figures look great. I'm gonna keep my eye on those. See if I can get. And yeah, still bummed about Rakuto retiring. But no, that's pretty much my thoughts. What about you?
I don't know. I'm just excited to be able to watch Go-Onger at some point in high quality, high definition, because it was like that weird sweet spot of like late 2010 Sentais that just they look kind of good, but they're kind of funky looking too. So I'm excited to like be able to upgrade the DVDs, because I did actually buy the Go-Onger DVDs. I got them for really cheap on an Amazon auction or a Yahoo auction.
Right.
So I got like the whole 12 DVD set for like $40, which is
Wow.
hell of a deal.
Yeah.
And I watched those and I like ripped those and like put my own subs and whatever onto it, because I was that type of kid growing up.
Yeah.
So it'll be nice to like, when I do want to watch Go-Onger again, and I think I'll have to wait till later this year to like watch them in Blu-ray.
Yeah.
But it's just always exciting to get like these old shows have like a new upgrade. And of course, obviously the 10-year anniversary is going to be fun, but I feel like I have to see the next trailer. I have to see like an actual trailer before, if I'm going to like say I'm excited for it or not. I try to like keep everything like really at bay with my expectations nowadays. Just because I get like super excited about things and get super let down. So I just tried to just be very mellow across the board. So nothing disappoints me.
Let's see. So Steve Furious, and Hedgehog Rider both mentioned Balance and Naga being either a part of the Lupins or stealing a piece of the Lupin collection.
Yeah.
So that could be a thing.
Rewind the tape. Oh, I could say the Q Rangers. They're all too good. Boom.
Can we edit that out in this live broadcast?
Can we? No. It'll be on the internet forever now. So
no.
Everybody put a timestamp in exactly when he says it.
When I was wrong?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, man. If people did timestamps for every time I was wrong or every time I said something wrong, oh, God.
That's just from start to finish.
Yeah. Anyway, any last words you want to say for our lovelies at home?
Oh man, it was fun to be on here, and the chat's being pretty lively, which is really awesome.
It's a first. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, come on. But no, I've had a lot of fun, man. This is awesome.
Yeah, it was great having you. I think the best thing about these is like they're just going to get more and more interactive and fun. And if you at home have any good ideas or any fun things that you want to see us implement, definitely add a comment, post about it, tweet at us. You can add myself and even Yas over on Twitter. We put everything down below. And if you guys want to read more about these articles, if you want to kind of look more into it, you can always head over to the tokusatsunetwork.com to get the full articles. I do my best just to kind of summarize and give you like the fun stuff, but there's plenty more. Like there's videos, other images, but yeah, you can always get the full story over there. And if you guys are on Patreon, you can always support us as well on there as well as here. So yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I think that about does it. Cool.
Awesome.
Well, hey everybody, we will see you guys on the flippy flip.
What?
What
was that? You need to work on your like call
my
out
outros.
signs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I'm sorry.